A condo can look like the easiest way to buy on the west side. Then the building starts talking. The HOA is higher than you expected. Parking is technically included, but somehow still annoying. The amenities look great online, except you may never use them. A unit can photograph beautifully and still come with rules, costs, noise, or building issues that change the entire ownership experience. That's why I don't want you looking at a Westside condo as just the unit. You are buying the unit, the building, the HOA, the parking setup, the financial health, the rules, the neighbors above you, the hallway outside your door, and every decision that has been made before you ever wrote an offer. Very glamorous, but also very real. So if you're considering a condo in Santa Monica, Marina del Rey, Playa Vista, Culver City, West LA, or anywhere nearby, this video is going to walk you through the red flags I would want you to notice before you get emotionally attached. Not because condos are a bad idea. For a lot of Westside buyers, they make complete sense. A condo can give you location, lower maintenance, amenities, and access to areas where a single-family home may not fit the budget. The problem starts when buyers treat the condo as the whole purchase. It is not. The building matters just as much. If you're already looking at Westside condos, comment which areas you are searching in right now. Santa Monica, Marina del Rey, Playa Vista, Culver City, West LA, or somewhere else nearby. The first red flag is an HOA fee you do not understand. Notice I did not say a high HOA fee by itself. A higher HOA is not automatically bad. Sometimes that monthly cost covers things that genuinely make your life easier, like building maintenance, insurance, amenities, common areas, water, trash, security, landscaping, elevators, parking structures, or reserves. The issue is paying a fee without understanding what you are getting for it. A condo with a lower purchase price can feel affordable at first, but the monthly payment may change once the HOA is included. That's where buyers get surprised. The listing price gets all the attention, while the monthly ownership cost quietly becomes the real decision. So before you fall in love with the kitchen, slow down and look at the full payment. Ask what the HOA covers. Check whether the amenities are things you would actually use. Pay attention to whether the building feels well maintained. Look at how the fee compares to the condition and services of the property. A pool sounds nice until you realize you are paying for something you will emotionally visit twice a year. No judgment. Just know yourself. The red flag is not paying an HOA. The red flag is paying for a building experience that does not improve your life. That brings us to reserves. This is one of the least exciting condo topics, which means it is also one of the most important. A building can look perfectly fine from the outside and still have financial issues behind the scenes. The HOA should have money set aside for future repairs, maintenance, and major building needs. If the reserves are weak, owners may be more vulnerable to special assessments or increased dues when something expensive comes up. That does not mean every building with lower reserves should be avoided. It means you need context before making a decision. What repairs are expected? Has the HOA been planning ahead? Are there major projects coming? Does the building have a history of assessments? How recently were the financials reviewed? These are the questions that can protect you from walking into a building where the monthly fee was only part of the story. And yes, this is the part where buying a condo starts feeling less cute and more like reading documents with a highlighter. Welcome to adulthood. But this is exactly where a strong condo purchase becomes different from a risky one. You're not just asking whether you like the unit. You're checking whether the building is being managed responsibly. The next red flag is vague or messy HOA documents. When you're buying a condo, the paperwork matters. The rules, budget, meeting minutes, insurance information, reserve study, rental restrictions, pet policies, pending litigation, maintenance history, and any upcoming projects should all be reviewed carefully. That doesn't mean you personally have to become a condo law expert overnight. Please do not do that to yourself. But you do need the right people helping you review the information before your contingency period is over. If the documents are incomplete, confusing, outdated, or difficult to get, pay attention. A well-run building usually has a clear paper trail, not always perfect. Clear enough to understand what you are buying into. Meeting minutes can be especially helpful because they may reveal issues that do not show up in the listing. Maybe owners have been discussing elevator repairs. A roof project could be coming. There may be complaints about noise, parking, leaks, security, maintenance, insurance, or short-term rental issues. None of that automatically kills the deal. It just gives you a more honest picture. You want that picture before you own the property. The next red flag is parking that only works in theory. In LA, parking deserves its own conversation, especially on the west side. A listing may say the condo comes with parking, but that does not tell you enough. Is the space assigned, covered, tandem, gated, easy to access, large enough for your car, shared with another unit, located in a garage that feels reasonable to use every day? Those details matter more than buyers expect. Tandem parking can sound manageable until two schedules start colliding. A tight garage may be fine during the showing, then becomes annoying every time you come home tired. Guest parking may be limited, or there may not be any at all. Street parking near the building could look easy at noon and completely different at night. That's why I want buyers to treat parking like a part of the property, not a bonus detail. Walk the garage, see the actual space, understand the guest situation, check how the street feels nearby. If parking already feels frustrating before you buy, it probably will not become charming later. The next red flag is noise you did not test. Condos come with shared living, and that is not automatically a problem. Many people love the convenience and location that comes with condo ownership. But shared walls, ceilings, floors, hallways, elevators, courtyards, garages, and common areas can change how a unit feels. A showing can be quiet because you happen to be there at the easiest time. That doesn't tell you how the building feels in the evening. It also may not tell you what happens when the upstairs neighbor walks around, the trash area gets used, the elevator opens near your door, or street noise picks up. So pay attention during the showing. Pause. Listen. Notice what is above, below, and beside the unit. Think about whether the bedroom faces a busy street, alley, parking area, or common walkway. A beautiful condo can become hard to enjoy if the sound environment does not fit your tolerance. Noise is personal. Some buyers barely notice it. Others will never forgive the ceiling. You need to know which kind of person you are before buying. Now let's talk about building age and maintenance. Older buildings can be a great option on the west side. They may offer better locations, more character, larger layouts, or a price point that makes sense compared with newer inventory. Age alone is not the red flag. Neglect is. A building that has been maintained well can become very different from one where repairs have been delayed for years. When you walk through the property, look beyond the unit. How do the hallways feel? Are common areas clean? Do exterior surfaces look cared for? Is the landscaping maintained? Does the garage feel neglected? Are there signs of water issues, peeling paint, cracked surfaces, or deferred maintenance? Those observations do not replace inspections or document review, but they can tell you where to look closer. The unit may have been updated beautifully. That doesn't mean the building is in equally good shape. A renovated kitchen cannot fix a poorly managed property. That's where buyers need to separate interior appeal from building reality. The next red flag is an amenity package that sounds better than it lives. Amenities can be a real benefit. A gym, pool, rooftop deck, security, concierge, lounge, courtyard, or community space may add value if you use it. The problem is when buyers get excited by amenities that do not actually fit their lifestyle. You may not care about a pool. A gym in the building might sound convenient, but only if it's something that you would actually use. A rooftop deck can look amazing in photos and still become a place you visit once when friends are in town. Amenities also come with cost, maintenance, rules, and sometimes repairs. So ask yourself a practical question. Would this amenity make my normal week better? If yes, great. If not, make sure you are not paying every month for features that only helped sell you during the showing. The next red flag is rental rules that do not match your future plans. Even if you are buying the condo to live in, rental restrictions can still matter. Life changes. You may relocate. Your job situation could shift. A future move might happen sooner than expected. Some buildings have limits around rentals, minimum lease terms, owner occupancy requirements, short-term rentals, or approval processes. I'm not saying you should buy every home as if you are definitely going to rent it out. That would be a different conversation. But you should understand your options before you buy. If a building has rules that limit your future flexibility, you need to know that early. A condo can still be the right choice. You just do not want to discover after closing that your backup plan was never allowed. Now, let's talk about special assessments. This is one of those phrases buyers hear and immediately feel their shoulders tighten. A special assessment is not automatically a disaster. Sometimes buildings need major work, and owners contribute beyond the regular HOA dues. The concern is when assessment comes as a surprise because the building was not planning properly, the reserves were weak, or buyers did not review the documents closely enough. Before making an offer, ask whether there are any current or pending assessments. Review the meeting minutes for clues about upcoming repairs. Look at the reserve study and budget. Pay attention to large building systems like roofs, elevators, plumbing, balconies, exterior repairs, garages, and common areas. You are trying to understand whether the building has expensive needs on the horizon. Again, this does not mean you need to panic. It means you need to price the risk into your decision. A condo with a possible upcoming expense may still make sense if the purchase price, location, building condition, and your budget all support it. The danger is being surprised later. Now, around this point, I want to know what would make you most nervous about buying a condo on the West Side. Would it be the HOA dues, parking, noise, special assessments, building age, or the fear of choosing the wrong area? Comment below, because this is usually where buyers realize the condo search is not just about finding a pretty unit. Now, let's talk about insurance, because this has become a bigger part of the conversation for many California buyers and building owners. I do not want you assuming every building has the same insurance situation. Condo insurance can involve both the HOA's master policy and your own individual coverage. And the details matter. You will want to understand what the HOA policy covers, what you are responsible for, and whether the building has any insurance issues that could affect costs or financing. This is something to review with the right professionals during the buying process. Do not guess, do not skim, get clarity before you remove contingencies. A condo purchase can look clean on the surface, but insurance details may affect the monthly costs, risk, or lender requirements. That doesn't mean you should be scared away from condos. It means you should ask the questions early enough to make a calm decision. The next red flag is a layout that looks better online than it feels in real life. Photos can be persuasive. A wide-angle lens can make a room feel more generous than it is. Staging can distract you from storage problems. Great light in the photos may not tell you how the unit feels at different times of day. A balcony might be tiny. The second bedroom may work better as an office than a real bedroom. The living room could be awkward once your actual furniture is involved. That's why you need to walk through the unit with your real routine in mind. Where would your sofa go? Can you work from home comfortably? Is there enough storage? Does the kitchen function the way you cook? Would guests feel comfortable? Can you live with the laundry setup? Does the bedroom feel private enough? One thoughtful walkthrough can save you from buying a unit that only made sense in photos. The next red flag is ignoring the exact location inside the building. Two condos in the same building can live very differently. A top floor unit may have different noise considerations than one below another owner. A unit near the elevator can feel convenient or noisy depending on the building. Ground floor access may be useful for some buyers, while others may care more about privacy or light. A view can matter, but so can what the windows face. Garbage areas, garages, loading zones, courtyards, busy streets, and common walkways all affect the way the unit feels. So don't judge only the building address. Judge the specific unit. A great building can still have a unit that does not fit your lifestyle. The reserves can happen too. A simpler building may have one unit with a layout, light, parking setup, and location that work beautifully. Now let's talk about lifestyle fit, because this is the piece that ties everything together. A condo can be a very smart Westside purchase when it matches your life. If location matters more than having a yard, a condo may open the right areas for you. Lower exterior maintenance can be a huge benefit if you do not want every repair and outdoor project landing on your plate. Amenities may add value when they support your actual routine. A secure building, assigned parking, walkability, and access to restaurants or the beach can make daily life easier. The problem is not condo ownership. The problem is choosing a condo for one reason while ignoring the full experience. Maybe you wanted Santa Monica and did not fully consider the HOA. Perhaps Marina del Rey looked appealing because of the water, but the building rules did not fit your plans. A Playa Vista condo may feel easy and newer, though the monthly costs and amenities should still be reviewed. Culver City or West LA could offer practical access, but parking, noise, and building conditions still matter. Every area has its own version of the condo conversation. That's why I would never tell a buyer to avoid condos across the board. I would tell them to evaluate the building as seriously as the unit. Now, let's make this simple. Before you make an offer on a Westside condo, slow the decision down long enough to answer a few core questions. Does the full monthly cost feel comfortable? Do the HOA dues make sense for what the building provides? Are the reserves and financials strong enough to give you confidence? Does the parking setup work for your real life? Have you reviewed the rules, rental policy, meeting minutes, insurance, and any potential assessments? Does the unit live well beyond the listing photos? Can you see yourself in that building on a normal week, not just during the showing? Those answers matter more than the finishes. A pretty condo in a poorly run building can become stressful. A less flashy unit in a strong building may be a much better ownership experience. That's the part buyers do not always see at first. They fall in love with the surface. The real decision lives underneath it. So here's the honest takeaway. A condo can be one of the best ways to buy on the West Side. It may get you into the location you want, reduce maintenance, offer amenities, and create a lifestyle that works beautifully for your routine. But the wrong building can turn a great address into a frustrating home. That's why I want you looking at more than the unit. Look at the HOA. Review the financials. Understand the parking. Pay attention to noise. Think about the building age. Check the rules. Ask about assessments. Notice how the layout actually lives. Take the full ownership experience seriously before you make an offer. Because the goal is not just to buy a condo in the right neighborhood. The goal is to buy into a building, unit, and lifestyle that still feel good after you move in. If you're considering a condo in Santa Monica, Marina del Rey, Playa Vista, Culver City, West LA, or nearby Westside areas, reach out and we can talk through what to look for before you get too far into the offer process. If you want more honest Los Angeles real estate and neighborhood guidance, subscribe to the channel. I'll keep breaking down what buyers need to understand before making a move here. And comment below which condo red flag you want me to go deeper on next, because some of these deserve their own full breakdown.